Hi, Taylor T. Carlson. Once again, hard rock and heavy metal vinyl time. Today we're going to be looking at two releases of retrospective material from the band Rainbow. Rainbow, of course, being the band that Ritchie Blackmore formed after he left Deep Purple for the first time in the mid-70s. What we're looking at today are these. First of all, Rainbow Live in Japan, a release featuring Jolyn Turner on vocals, which chronicles the band on their final tour in 1984 in Japan before Ritchie Blackmore went back to a reunited Deep Purple. And then we're also taking a look at this, Rainbow Black Masquerade. This is from the short-lived 90s incarnation of the group playing a German television show. This is a triple vinyl set and features vocalist Doogie White, who has since gone on to work with Michael Schenker. So we're going to unbox these and I'll share a few of my thoughts along the way. First of all, Rainbow Live in Japan. Again, this was recorded in 1984 on the band's final tour with Jolyn Turner before they broke up due to Ritchie Blackmore going back to Deep Purple on account of the Mark II reunion. Here is the back cover as well as the track list. 3 records here, so a lot of content. And then beautiful inner gatefold shot of Blackmore here. And then on this side, you've got an essay from, what's the guy's name? Stathis Panagiotopoulos. Some Greek guy, but he's pretty knowledgeable about rock based on some of the stuff he's written here. And if you look at his essay there, you got the title of the album, the essay, and then down there you got some of the tour credits for when they did this tour. Now we'll take a look at the individual disc sleeves. Beautiful shot of the band on stage right there on disc 1. On the back here, Rainbow Live in Japan, and then we've got a list of what songs are on here. If you notice, the writing credits mention someone named Joseph Linkito. That's actually Jolyn Turner's legal name, Joseph Arthur Mark Linkito. Kind of interesting, he's actually credited under his legal name here, whereas I don't think I've actually seen that in any of the proper Rainbow studio albums from back then. Now we'll take a look at disc 2. Another shot. This time we got a close-up with a great shot of Jolyn Turner there. Blackmore in the background. Got this cool eyeball set up. On that side, once again, track list for both sides of the record. And we have one last record here. This time around, it's a pretty cool close-up of Blackmore along with his ex-Deep Purple bandmate Roger Glover, who also joined him in Rainbow and produced a lot of their material. Credits for the band right there. Chuck Berge would go on to join the reunited lineup that we'd see in the 90s. He'd be the only member other than Blackmore in the band that would also be a former Rainbow member. And of course, David Rosenthal on keyboards as well. Very talented, very underrated guy. And here's the track list for the final disc. So, just looking at the track list on this album, I showed this off earlier, but yeah, great tunes with Turner on vocals. Of course, you got the obligatory Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow intro with the Judy Garland speech, and then the riff from the song played on guitar by Ritchie Blackmore. I love that intro. One of the coolest things any band ever did to come out on stage. When I saw Jolyn Turner do a solo gig back in 2016, he actually used that for his intro, and I thought that was great. But on side A alone, I mean, you've got Spotlight Kid, I Surrender, Can't Happen Here. I'm just naming off a few of the highlights that get played here. Then you got, on side B, Catch the Rainbow, a song from the old Dio era with Turner singing it. Power, Street of Dreams, their last big hit before they disbanded. Kind of funny, the last big hit Rainbow had, which had Jolyn Turner on vocals, was Street of Dreams. And then probably the most popular song to come off the album Jolyn Turner did with Deep Purple in 1990 was called King of Dreams. So go figure. Side C's got an extended version of the Difficult to Cure Beethoven's Ninth, which is one of my personal favorite Rainbow tunes. Side D's got guitar and drum solos. There's even a segment here that includes Hey Joe. Side E, the big highlight on this side, of course, is Death Valley Driver, originally from the Straight Between the Eyes album, one of my favorite Rainbow songs. And side F closes off Things in Fine Form. Side F has All Night Long and Since You've Been Gone, both of which were hits from the album Graham Bonnet did with the band. All Night Long also includes a bit of Woman from Tokyo from Blackmore's Deep Purple days. And of course, it's got to close out with Smoke on the Water. And these are fantastic live performances. Blackmore and company never failed to please when they were on that live stage. It's kind of weird to see him leave rock and roll and go into the world of medieval folk music, although he's since put together a new version of Rainbow and returned to the rock and metal world, so interesting to see what's going to come out of that camp over the next few years. If you are a Rainbow fan, this is an absolute must-own. There have been a lot of these retrospective live vintage concerts coming out lately. I'll probably review more of them if I can find them. Joel Turner, one of my favorite singers of all time, and no one in the band fails to please here. Now we go forward to 1995 with Black Masquerade. This was a live concert on Rock Palast, which was a German music television show. I'm guessing it was probably like Germany's answer to Top of the Pops and American Bandstand, and they played on here promoting that Stranger in Us All album that they did with Doogie White on vocals. And on the back cover here, we got some great pictures from the show, brief description, our track list. Once again, 3 records in this set, so it's pretty thorough. Even though it's just one concert they recorded for German television, which is pretty cool. And huge inner gatefold. This is absolutely gorgeous. Tons of information, tons of photos. And on the back cover, we've got our track list like I just showed you a minute ago. Some great tunes on here. You got Spotlight Kid from the Joel and Turner era. Long Live Rock and Roll from the Dio era. Black Knight from the old Deep Purple days. Then you got some cool tunes from the Stranger in Us All album, like Too Late for Tears, Hunting Humans, their version of Hall of the Mountain King, which actually has lyrics, and that's very interesting. Got the obligatory keyboard solo, which is always entertaining. Man on the Silver Mountain and Temple of the King from the old Dio era. The song Black Masquerade. Since You've Been Gone, of course, from the Graham Bonnet era. Yeah, Green Sleeves. Perfect Strangers from the Deep Purple days. Burn from the Deep Purple days. And of course, once again, you got to close it out with Smoke on the Water because it is Richie Blackmore. Now we'll take a look at the individual discs here. These are just in generic black sleeves, so I'm not going to pull out each and every one of these, but this is what I like about this record. Transparent green vinyl looks absolutely gorgeous. And again, you know how I feel about Rainbow, Richie Blackmore, all these musicians that have been on board. Doogie White was a very underrated singer. This whole era of Rainbow never gets the proper credit. I'm really happy to see that we actually got this live release on vinyl, no less. It had been released on CD and DVD a few years ago. Doogie White's a hell of a singer, and of course Chuck Berge comes back from the old last lineup of Rainbow before they disbanded, which we saw on that earlier release I was showing you. It's a great concert with high energy from the whole band, and it really does not disappoint. However, this release unfortunately has some technical problems. I've seen people write reviews online that have mentioned their vinyl being defective. When I played this, it actually did skip in a few places despite being a brand new record. Unfortunately, as much as I love this release and the concert on it, I cannot recommend it just because of the technical problems. However, there is a CD release around. You can buy that. Or you could, better yet, get the live DVD, which allows you to experience the visual element as well. Are you a fan of Rainbow, and have you picked up any of these live releases? Comment down below and let me know what you think if you've gotten any of them. Also remember to subscribe to my channel for more content. Again, I'm always posting new videos. And give this one a like if you found it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.